Right, here we're burning the South Mullion Reserve. We've got something like about 216 hectares that we need to treat today with low intensity fire. We've got Ted walking along the edge. Our aim is to secure the edge. We're on the edge of a drop off here and we have to get the fire down the slope. We can't light it up slope because it will be far too intense. So our aim today is just to get the edge burnt. Once that fire is burnt in, we'll actually walk in behind the fire and we'll throw some incendiaries over the edge to try and get the fire down to the gully. We've also got a ridgeline track about 800 metres to the east of us from here. Once we finish here, we'll go to that track and light it up and the two fires will actually come together. It may take something like 2 days for this fire to be completed, but we're quite confident that we'll have a nice low intensity burn here. We won't have any scorch height to the canopy and therefore getting no leaf drop, giving us more fuel on the ground in 1 to 2 months' time. So it should be a very good environmental burn. It'd certainly be good for the landscape here, and it will get rid of some of the dead timber and a lot of the stringy bark trees, which are a problem for us in the summer once they become alight with embers and spot overs, etc. So we're hoping to be wrapped up here today by about 5 o'clock, and then we'll be back here tomorrow with a couple of crews just to make sure that everything's okay.
How heavy is the leaf litter?
Yeah, the fuel loads here range from about 15 tonnes per hectare right up to about 35 tonnes. Depends on where you take the sample from. But as I said, it hasn't really been burnt in 60 or 70 years, so you would expect that in this sort of this grey sclerophyll forest. It's actually Crown land. It's under trust to the Canopolis Parklands Trust, and they're quite keen to have the fire here. We've actually had a flora and fauna group in here from a university and done a survey prior to the fire. And once the fire has been through and it's safe enough, they'll come back and do another survey just to get that environmental report and see how we're going with the balance.
What about wildlife in here?
Yeah, the wildlife, there will be plenty in here. A lot of those will either burrow, the smaller critters will actually burrow and stay out of the way of the fire. We won't take this, because it's low intensity, we won't take all the fuel off the ground. We're looking to probably take about 70% or so. The larger mammals, etc., they've got an escape route straight to the north here. So we'll be working from the south and they'll get flushed out and they'll move out to the adjoining areas.
Why do you do hazard reduction in March?
We take this as our window of opportunity. If we go, particularly in the central tablelands country here, if we go for the next 6 or so weeks, we won't be able to burn anything because of the climatic conditions around this particular elevation. So we've really only got that time to do it. We don't like to do burns in the springtime because smouldering stumps and root systems can pop up in the heat of summer and provide us with bushfire problems. So it's the autumn period that we prefer to do the burns because of it gives us the winter period for those stumps and root systems to actually negate themselves.
With the rainfall we had in January, February and early March, isn't it too wet?
No, not at all. We took a moisture test here this morning and it was 12.7% moisture content of the forest fuel litters, and it looks like that 14%, just to give you an indication, 14% would be certainly too wet and 10% moisture would be too dry. So 12.7 is about spot on perfect.